Hi guys, and welcome back to yet another tutorial video by Antworld. Today we'll be looking into the topic how to make a terrarium for your ants. Before we head right into the video, be sure to subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. Now let's head into the video. To make the setup, you will need first of all a container. I'm using a bowl, but you can use a plastic container or a aquarium, but it just has to be big enough. Next, you will need some pebbles. The pebbles will act as the drainage system where the water will collect. This is especially useful if you have a container which doesn't have a hole in the bottom. Next, you should use a small rag. This will be to cover up the drainage system. The first step in making the drainage system is putting in the pellets into the bottom of whatever container you've chosen. Make sure they are even and well placed. Now cover the rocks with a small the cloth or the rag you've chosen. So the material should be porous and should allow water to seep in, but not the soil or substrate you're putting in. Next, let us put in some substrate. This is just a rough substrate which I got from our backyard, but for the upper layers we'll be using manure and some coco peat, which will be better for the plants. Be sure to not use any harmful fertilizers or pesticides in your substrate, which will be harmful to ants. Next, we have a mixture of coco peat and manure, which we're going to use as the outer layer. This is really essential as this gives a nice texture to the setup. Now let's put in the mixture. Once you've put in the mixture, be sure to create many physical features in the soil to give a nice landscape to the terrarium. Once you have done this step, be sure to clear the sides of the container for the clarity of vision. Now we have some arthropods and other creatures here to help the ants build the ecosystem. The terrarium is like a world in a world, so these creatures are essential. Here you can see all these arthropods running around and exploring their new world. Right now the terrarium is a bit bare. We haven't added in any decorations, but we will do so after these guys have settled into the soil. These creatures are called as a wood louse. They normally live in the wood. Now let's go outside and find some plants. Choosing the plants must be done after a lot of research. You should not put plants which need lots of water and then put plants such as cactus which doesn't need water together in a single setup. Mosses are very commonly seen in terrariums. After my hunt outside, I've found some plants which are suitable for my terrarium. This is a moss which is attached to a bark. It will be a lovely addition to the terrarium. There are some other ferns and plants which I found in my backyard. They would look very good in the terrarium. I've already done a partial decoration. Now I'm going to add in the plants which we collected from my backyard. There you can see the arthropods running around throughout the setup. This will be a lovely addition with our ants. here is the finished product. It just looks amazing. The arthropods are all huddled together in a corner. The plants and the decorations look very awesome. Overall, I think this build have been a huge success. And I hope you guys will also be able to follow my instructions and create one of these yourselves. Now let's take a closer look. Looking into the terrarium, well, it looks amazing. All the arthropods are huddled together in a corner. They look very cute. Looking around the terrarium, many of the plants are growing very well, and hopefully they will do so in the coming days. But this terrarium is missing something, and that is ants. Now let's put in an ant colony of mine into this terrarium. Let's take a closer look at these ants. These ants are of the species Nylandria. As you can see, they are a pretty big colony. But there's a surprise. There, if you can see, in the middle of the colony is a winged male elate. Oh yes guys, these ants are producing their own male elates. That is such good news. Before adding in the ants, I apply a barrier of olive oil into the edge of the container so that they won't escape. Now let's put in the ants. Slowly removing the test tube from the outward, I put it into the terrarium. Hopefully the ants will move in quickly. The ants move in as soon as I place in the test tube. They seem very interested to move out to the terrarium. They even started moving brood just as I placed the test tube in. Now let's watch a quick time lapse of the ants moving in. So guys, the ants have almost completely moved into the setup. Hopefully they will do well in the coming weeks. I will continue feeding them and hopefully they will grow. Thank you for watching. So guys, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed.